Hello? Okay, well, I was trying to do something and it did not work. And I am sad now. But that's okay. I should have given myself more time. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday. I was trying to multi-stream to TikTok using a new thing. Welcome back, Mint. Welcome on in, Chibi. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Dubious, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Yeah, I think the TikTok stream is not working. Unless I set it up wrong. I might have set it up wrong. But that's okay. What's up, Mella? How you doing? I'm trying one more thing before I call it quits. I really wanted to make this work. But I don't know if it's gonna happen. Nah, I think it's done so. Oh well, what are you gonna do? It's trying its best to connect, but it just can't. Sad day, sad day. I thought we fooled the TikTok overlords for a second there. I'll have to go live on there soon, or else they'll kick me off the website. Or they'll kick me off of my live streaming capabilities, I should say. Well, let's go ahead and swap over here, shall we? It's been it's been a bit. It has been a bit. Let's go to Cozy. What's up? How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful day. The cut off after a point. Yes, they do. TikTok doesn't let you just stream, or rather, if you don't stream on there for like, I think it's like a month, then they kick you off and say, nope, you can't do streaming. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use a I'm trying to use a workaround stream thing. But you know, welcome on in, Cast9. How you doing? Let's see what, you know, I was trying to search for music that we could listen to today that like I could pay for a license for. Dude, YouTube creator music sucks now. It's actually terrible. They've removed all of the fun stuff. Like, you can't license Devil May Cry anymore. You can't license like Celebration. Like, basically you can't license anything. I'm so upset. It was so good for like a month, and now you can't license anything. And it's like, but what? Then what's the point, right? Like, what's the freaking point? Oh my gosh. So yeah, there's that. I'm currently looking at printable terrain for tabletop gaming while at work. It's been a great day. Nice, nice. Are you gonna try out the VShojo applications? No. I just don't. I don't think I fit with any of them. I don't know, just is what it is, I guess. I don't know, I've seen, there's been a lot of discourse surrounding the VShojo applications, like a lot. Like, far more than I think there should have been. Or I guess, not that there shouldn't have been that much discourse. I guess what I'm confused at is why people care so much. Right? Maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm weird like that. But I'm just sitting here like, oh, but why do people care? You know. For those of you who are out of the loop, there's just been some funny little discourse about how I don't even know what to call it. It's just, people are just weird, and they're like, oh well, this is terrible and everything's wrong, and it's like, but it's not actually terrible. Like, yeah, most people aren't gonna get in, but it's okay. Because people don't realize VShojo is a company, not a charity who will let people in. Well, people were getting upset. They're like, oh, it's only gonna be Zen's friends. It's like, well, yeah, like if you're running a company, like, don't you and your talents want to get their friends in? Isn't that a good thing? Like, they've already got the chemistry. They're probably not going to cause issues, right? Like, yeah, if one of my talents is like, hey, I recommend this person, and then I take a look at them like, okay, that's good, then yeah, of course I'd get him in there, right? Like, it's so baffling to me that people are so upset about this. And to be fair, welcome on in, Andrea and Zero. And Elzar. Wow, all the members coming out for tonight. Hello. And Maho as well. They kept complaining about nepotism, yeah. But like, that's what you would want as a company, right? Like, I don't understand people. Now, like, the one thing I will say is VShojo did kind of flub their audition process last time, because we didn't really hear anything about it for a long time. Like, we did not hear about it for a long time. So, you know, it's just funny. We're all here to make sure you survive the murder mystery. True. I did think of sending in one just for the experience. Yeah, I mean, you should always send in one just for the experience. VShojo seems risk averse, but it's been over 2 years. Fair. I think you want to mix. No, I don't think you should be picking based on people who will work well with those all you have regardless. Though I do think you should. Yeah. No, you'd want a mix of like some new people and some, you know, some old favorites, right? Like bringing them into the company and stuff. Like, you'd want the mix for sure. But it's just, it's funny. I don't know. I just have not expected this level of. I thought people would just be more just excited, but you know, honestly, I think it's the whole company shenanigans. Like, the whole nightmare that was the last year and a half or so, you know. What's up, Chichugi? How you doing? But it's just, I don't know. It's funny. I'm not applying. I don't think I'd fit in VShojo. I don't really think I'd want to work with VShojo. Oh, I mean, I'd love to work with them, but I don't know if I'd want to be like a talent. I'm figuring out what I want to do myself this year mostly, and I feel like, especially in the last couple months, you know, we've really gotten on our own stride, and I don't really want to mess that up. But I'm indifferent. I like VShojo, but I realize my VTuber bias is boys. So you know what's funny? Is I was asked by someone to give my opinion for a video about male VTubers. And as you guys know, I have a lot of opinions. I will never run out of opinions. But someone was asking like about the whole male VTuber discussion, because that's a Twitter favorite topic, right? Is my male VTubers. But so someone asked me opinion. I was supposed to answer a couple of questions, which I did, or I'm sending the video to them tonight. But it's really funny because I feel like everyone, why does everyone have to get upset over certain things and not be able to treat anything with any amount of nuance? Something I've also learned this last month is whenever I make my short little haha funny clips, you know, people just really don't even try to go for the context. And I think that's just the internet at whole. Like, any word you say, they will manage to find 10 meanings in that one word. And as long as one of them is what they wanted to hear instead of what you actually said, that's what they're going to clip. It's just, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. I think my favorite one recently, what's up, Empress? How you doing? I think my favorite moment as of the last like 2 weeks was like, well, what video was it? What clip was it? I think I was talking about like canceling a session because the party decided to just GTFO and not do what we talked about the previous week. And someone's like, no offense, but I don't think I could ever play with you as a GM. I can't believe that I would spend all week being really excited for something and then you would cancel on me. That just sounds like you're a bad person. And I'm like, whoa, buddy. Hold on. Let's pump the brakes just a little bit. Like, let's just pump those brakes just a little bit. It's like there is a scale here of, if you have told me we want to go explore this dungeon and I build the whole dungeon and that's all I have prepped because I know it's going to take a long time. And then you're like, nah, actually, we're going to teleport to a different continent, you know? It's like, no, I'm not ready. I have nothing ready for that. Like, I can improv. I can do some improv. But like that, no. Hold on. No, guys, we have to have a discussion here. We have to have a discussion. Like, I think that was the funniest thing. It's just all context is lost on the internet, and it's really funny to me. Ray, I'm going to a murder mystery party. Rando, Ray's gonna murder people. Yeah, dude. So you know what's actually funny? Last week, I actually think I legitimately got sick as like a stress response from a whole bunch of crap that went on last week. I was stressed out of my mind the last like 2 weeks, and finally on Saturday, like Friday night, I was finally able to just be like, okay, I can kick back, I can relax. And then Saturday, Sunday, oh my gosh, I just felt like absolute garbage all day, both days. It was terrible. Don't recommend. But I think it's because like I was finally out of fight or flight mode. And now I'm like, now I'm chill. Now I'm fine. But like, man, I'm convinced that it was just stress. It was rabies from honey. Yeah, it was rabies from honey. It was that event was a lot of fun. A lot of moving parts. Was really cool to see it all come together. I'm just imagining the meme about someone trying to nitpick one of your opinions and they don't see the hidden closet of all the opinions you got with a smug cat looking back. Yeah. So save me. Ray, save me. I'm eating tuna salad for the first time since I got my cats. They are desperately climbing me. Rip. Oh, it was funny. Well, that event last week was a lot of fun. Little stressful to do, not gonna lie. But a lot of fun. You know what's funny is originally I was worried that the event was going to run for too long because the original timeline they gave us was going to be like 3.5 hours and we ended up finishing it in less than 3. I actually do wish it had gone on a little longer because the one thing that I do wish is I felt like I was trying to talk to everyone. But there are some people I think I spoke to like twice and that was it. So I would love to see it go on a little. I would like to see it like go on for just a little bit longer, you know? But still, I'd risk it all for Robbie the Cook. Dude, me and Hades. Me and Hades, we're having a ball. Good old Robbie. I love Hades. Hades is fun. I hang out with her and Roy quite a bit. So that's why the bromance was so good, is I actually do hang out with Hades occasionally. Actually, a fair bit now that I think about it. Fellow League addict, all that jazz. But that was good. Also, I did get some news back from Paizo, so the Pathfinder stream on Saturday should be pretty good. They told me how to change my settings and stuff so I don't dox myself by showing off all the PDFs I have. So I'm going to try that tonight and see if it works. And hopefully it does, because that way on the Saturday stream I can show off all the cool PDFs I've got, because I've got a lot. I've spent far too much money in Pathfinder. Far too much money, but you know, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I've got some fun new video ideas that I'm cooking. I'm working on. Rayleech production starts in 1 month from today. It's finally here. It's finally upon us. Rayleech, who's just sitting off screen. I forgot about that. She's finally coming. And they confirmed that they can do a very specific toggle. So that'll be fun. Can't remember the drug dealer's name, but your dynamic with him was good too. Yeah, that's Exo. I've talked to him quite a bit too. Actually, about half of the people in that collab I have talked to on a fairly regular basis, like Evan, Hades, Exo, Nene, Honey. I've talked to Ashton once, I think. The rest I didn't know. Oh no, Neopo I've talked to as well. She was playing Danica. Yeah. I don't know, yeah. Oh, Rosie, yeah, Rosie. I forgot Rosie as well. Rosie was one of the ones I don't think I was able to talk to a lot during the event. There was like 4 out of the 14 people that I think I talked to for like 30 seconds at most. But I wish like I said, I wish the event had gone on just a little bit longer. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So proud of you being social. I know, right? There's a lot of people I couldn't keep up with. Yeah, it was a lot of people. But it was good. I kind of liked that there were so many people because it allowed for some more group interaction stuff. However, I missed out on talking with Evan a lot. I somehow managed to dodge him perfectly with all the groups that I was talking to, which is why I was like kind of blindsided by the bow was the killer reveal. Well, I mean, I kind of got it at the end, but I was wondering if it was going to be one of those like, is it too obvious type things? I'm a little sad that the mafia boss wasn't involved. What I'm really curious to know is if the original creator will actually see that and what they think of it, because I don't know. Apparently it was a lot of trouble to get someone to actually let us stream the event. So hopefully, if and when it happens next time, you know, it should be interesting. I was convinced Bo was a red herring, right? See, I like I said, it was just a lot of fun. It made me think about how I would do that sort of event, and I'm gonna keep it real, guys. Honey had a team of like 5 other people helping her, so I'm not doing anything like that anytime soon. I think one person actually custom coded a bot for the event. It was pretty cool. But yeah, lots of good stuff. Let's see, what are some other shenanigans that are happening next month, guys? We're gonna go crazy with TTRPG stuff because the new Pathfinder stuff is coming out, the new D&D stuff is coming out. I'm waiting to put on some of my live play plans until after I see what those look like. And after I see what those look like, I'll plan a little bit more heavy. I would love if Honey ran it again. I would be surprised if she didn't. It just might be a while. See, I actually talked to her when she first had an idea about doing it, and that was like 5 months ago. It was a long time ago. So I think only the player handbook is coming out. Yeah, but the player handbook is good because it gives you an idea of what it's really going to feel like. I haven't watched too much of the new stuff. But Pathfinder stuff, I can really do a lot of. I actually don't care if the monster book is later, because I can create monsters. That's not a problem. But the player handbook, you kind of need that. Fingers crossed for a Halloween event. Well, the Halloween event, I can tell you, is going to be it's going to be Rayleigh related, because Rayleigh is coming in October, hopefully. I mean, she should. There's not really a reason why she would be delayed, but she should be in October. She should be in time for that. But good times, good times. Oh, let's see. What are some other fun shenanigans that have been going on in my life? Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess I can say something. Well, do I want to say something? Do I want to? I don't know. This is personal. Oh, why not? So I did actually get, I went in for a diagnosis like I said I would. I freaking hate my state though, because it takes freaking forever for things to happen. But I did actually go in. That was an interesting experience. Weirder than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I did go in, and I got pseudo officially diagnosed, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I guess I have ADHD, supposedly. Inattentive. Checks out. Is it going to change anything that I'm doing in my life? Nah. It's not going to change a thing. So, I'm one of those people who just likes to know. I like to know things. And that was good enough for me. Though, okay, one of the funniest questions they asked, and they asked like 6 times because I don't think they believed me. So, believe it or not, no, now chat will know how to distract me better. They already know how to distract me better. What are you talking about? That's always been the problem. I don't know what you're talking about. But one of the questions they asked was really funny to me. Because again, they asked it several times because I think they thought I was lying, but it was, how well do you sleep? And guys, once I go out, like once I like put my head on the pillow, I am out. Like I'm out. I can just sleep whenever, wherever. It's not a problem. And they were really confused. Like, are you sure you don't have any problems sleeping? I'm like, nah, sleep is great. Once I go down, like once I'm down, I'm asleep. It's the whole getting into bed part that's the problem. But like once I'm in bed and I'm all cozied up, no, I'm boom. It's like 10 minutes tops. Cozy. Speaking of spicy, Cozy's been Oh wait, Cozy, you're on your other. Cozy's on Cozy account. What's up, Cozy? How you doing? Welcome on in. Yeah, I want to. I'm trying to think of spicy shenanigans that I want to talk about, but like on the other side, I'm also just like big vibing tonight. Oh, Cozy, I think you'll get a kick out of what I'm sending you tonight. I have to decide if I want to tone it down a little bit. Yep, every Wednesday is vibe night. It's true. You can do hot sauce tasting. The problem is I don't actually have any hot sauce. Like, well, no, well that's not. I mean, I've got no. I'm out of all my best hot sauces. Honestly, don't go hardcore. Why not? True. But I basically was like, guys, it's not a this. I basically said it's a you problem. Oh, that's what I could boil down to the whole like my thoughts about that argument. Oh, but it's good. It's good. When else will I get to rant hard? Have you been to my streams? Because I rant all the time. I just need to be like in the proper mood. One of my friends has a spicy opinion about you? About me? Really? Oh, interesting. They think I don't take... Oh, but... What? Oh, okay, that's really funny. I haven't heard that opinion. That's so funny. Wait, so then what do they think wait, I am so curious now. Wait, then what do they think I am? Wait, but what? I'm so curious now. What does that even mean? If I'm not a VTuber, what am I? They think that mascots are in a different wait, if I'm a mascot, but then who's the who's the main character if I'm the mascot? What does that even mean? Oh, that's beautiful. But like, okay, no, like I understand that like my look is like mascot, right? Because like, yeah, I am definitely look like other VTuber models. Like I look like their mascot. For sure. Like the way the model looks and its simplified design, yeah, that screams mascot. But like, I'm so curious as to what... Oh, I want to talk with this person now. I'm so curious. I'm genuinely curious as like what is their definition criteria? That's so interesting. I don't know, maybe I'll just have to watch the video. I doubt that'll be in it, but that'll... Oh, I'm so intensely curious about that now. Oh, that's funny. Well, I mean, Rayleigh isn't the main character yet. She might be in October, but she's not the main character yet. We gotta have a little bit of time before she becomes the main character. In like 2 months. 2 months she'll become the main character. Actually, a month and a half. She's my queen, not too late. Wait, Cozy, have you seen her second outfit? As I just slowly slide her onto screen. And then she disappears again. Yeah, she'll have 2 outfits. So that'll be a lot of fun. Oh man, that is so funny. I'm going to be thinking about that all night now. That mascots aren't VTubers. And I'm so curious now. I'm so curious. Now, oh man, now I want to know their opinion on the PNG VTubing shenanigans. Oh gosh, that would be so fascinating. There you go, Cozy. There's your next video idea. What is a VTuber? And you just ask other VTubers. Just show them a bunch of pictures. That'd be an interesting video. I guess some people really do have a specific definition where it's more of an anime character than anything else. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that. I'm definitely on the loose side of things. I think that like if you're using anything to represent yourself instead of your actual self, VTuber. I'm very loose with the label. But then again, I actually think of VTubing as a medium rather than a thing, right? Like I don't view I view VTubing as specifically just it's a medium of doing things. So if you're using the medium, it's like being a painter, right? If you use paint, you are a painter. If you use an avatar, you are a VTuber. Period. End of story. Which I guess is too broad. Oh man, I remember, did I debate with Uni about this? I don't remember. I think I did. Yeah. As a dirty hand streamer, I think anyone who uses something other than themselves as a VTuber, right? That's just so interesting. But I guess it's like, it's to help you define what you actually really like and stuff, which makes sense. Which is fascinating. Oh, actually. Oh, okay. Do you guys want an actually hot take? Because we were talking about the VShojo applications earlier. I think this is actually a hot take. Because why not? Let's get a little spicy tonight. Let's just get a little bit of spice in there. Why not? I think if you have to ask if you should apply to VShojo, you are already not going to get in. Which disqualifies 99% of people. Because if you don't know if you should, why? I don't know what you're doing in life, right? Oh. Oh, yes, I do want to hear the first thing on your list of topics. That's really spicy. Does my avatar count if I already have a separate VTuber account? Would I be 2 VTubers in a coat? Oh my gosh, that would actually be that'd be a really funny stream idea or VTuber idea. It's just multiple avatars in a coat. Oh gosh. But no, I know that's a really hot take, especially since someone just asked if they should. I think you should always apply. But like, if you have to ask whether or not you should, you probably already don't have a chance because you're not that, like, self-confidence is so important. Most streamers are boring and entitled. You know, Cozy, I would actually take that a step further. I would make the blanket statement that most streams are boring. Like, not even just streamers, but the act of streaming is not actually interesting to most people. It's such a, but I definitely agree on that topic. Like, streamers are boring and entitled see, I could rant about that for forever. Especially, oh, you get me on some React rant. Oh, you're not shutting me up for a good time. Oh, I have so many opinions about that, but I also know that it's not a battle that I'm gonna win. So I've kind of just like, if someone asks me my opinion, I will give it. But other than that, I'm not gonna try and fight people on that. I think I actually made a video about that before my channel had any sort of traction, and I'm kind of glad I made it back then because no one saw it. Mine is mostly stemming from the VShojo audition talk for the same thing you mentioned. Yeah, dude, the VShojo. Okay, dude, the VShojo talk. It's just I'm so fascinated by it. I'm so fascinated by it. There are a lot of streamers out there that are either too niche for most people to be entertained or just not be able to engage with the community chat, social their interests for a long time. Yeah, I think that's true. But I also think that sometimes, I think there are people who have a really strong presence and are really good on stream and are able to convey ideas in real time, very eloquently, and people understand them and they like them and they can get behind the personality. I don't think I'm one of those like giga good people at it, but I'm passable. But I think that most people are not actually that fun to watch on stream. Their moments are fun. Their individual videos might be good. Their clips and stuff are good, but the whole, like, the stream taken as a whole is not that interesting. It's just boring. Like, I get that, and I'm here. Part of the reason why I'm slowing down on streaming a little bit is just because, like, streams are quite literally a means for me to make clips right now while I'm working on other stuff. I legitimately am just streaming to make clips or to try some ideas that I might later use for videos. I'm keeping it so real with you guys right now. Like, I like streaming, but like, if we want to get statistical here, streaming is the least effective use of my time, period. And I think it's the least effective use of most content creators' points. Like, or most content creators' time. Streaming is the least useful amount of time that you can spend doing content. Because almost anything you do will get more views than a stream. It just will. And often it takes less time to do. Some streams require a lot of setup. Some streams require, you know, like Honey's stream, right? Honey's stream, the awesome murder mystery stream that she spent months working on is going to have a hard limit of people who will actually see it live. But I guarantee you, if she made that into a video that is even a fifth of its length, the amount of views that would get would be, you know, 10 times minimum. Or even just clips from the stream would get more than that. Like, I don't know. The whole I love streaming, I really do. But like, man, it sucks. I wish that I was just one of those like super entertaining, can just hold a giant crowd type of streamers, but those are very few and far between. There's a reason why, you know, 99% of people don't grow through just streaming, because again, it's just boring. And also streamers being entitled. I will say though, the amount of money she made off of it will far surpass anything she made. Oh yeah, no, streaming is great for income. It's terrible for discoverability. That's its trade-off. Is streaming is for the diehard community. Your biggest fans, the people who always return to everything, it's for them. Those are the people you're talking to. Those are the people who are watching the stream. It's awesome. But it's always this balancing act. But I do think that people who focus on wanting to be a streamer, this was actually, you know what's funny? I was having a conversation with my buddy Roy somewhat recently about stuff like this, and you know, he started up a voice acting channel. It's doing extremely well, and it made me think about like, what is my actual end goal here, right? Which is kind of when the content pivot really started to kick in to high gear of like, okay, well, I want to do more stuff like this. I want to try out this new way of doing things because I now have a end goal in mind of what I want to do, and it's something I'm excited about. And I feel like most streamers don't have that. They just want the money and they want the attention. And when that's your, like, if that's the selling point behind your whole methodology, it breeds some pretty interesting types of people. I'll just put it that way. It breeds the people that are entitled and boring. Is they think that just because they went live, they deserve your undying affection. God, I wish that was the case. Just by going live, my existence was validated. But no, that's not how it works. I think most people would, in a world, also doing streaming for the wrong reasons, arguably. Yeah. See, I like streaming. I like just, you know, shooting the shit with you guys. I like doing X, Y, and Z things. I love testing things on stream, but you know, I also recognize in the back of my mind, it's like, where do I want to be? What do I want to do? And currently the main site is set on getting back into publishing and doing stuff with it, you know? And I have some ideas. I have some long-term plans. They will probably take multiple years to pull off, but who knows? But it's nice to have like a long-term goal again. I feel like I didn't have that last year. But yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. I'm just here to coerce people to like my niche games one stream at a time. Fair, fair. Oh, good times, good times. Remember me, Cozy, when you're off and famous being a big commentary VTuber. I love to stream some underrated games as well. I really want to play Alice's Alice is Missing. Oh, I was very confused. See, Cozy, you're actually doing the commentary videos that I thought about doing, because I tried 2 of them and was like, no. I tried it again after a long time of not doing it on a different channel. I was like, I'm not really feeling it. You can yap forever. It's true. So you have the skill of being able to talk in a live setting without stumbling over words too often. I do not have that usually. I'm always confused. You're not alone. What? Huh? What? What are you talking about? Cast iron. What? Huh? I'm so confused. But I did try it. I did try it for a little while. Twice specifically. Back when the whole Nexus thing happened, where people were still I still stumble. So many people made fun of me saying characteristic. I edit the crap out of that. Oh, you said we're confused by the title of the game? Oh, okay. But I re-record some parts too if it's too bad. That's true. Ah, good times, good times. But I do know that some of the videos that I got coming are D&D related. I'm thinking about refining my how or should you play formula, because I don't think there's actually been anyone who has just gone around and tested a whole bunch of RPG systems. Like, people seem to specialize in a couple and then just stick with it. But I might actually, that's currently what's in the works, is me testing some ideas based around that. Restarting a good video series, getting weird with it. It's gonna be good. I was just able to speak Japanese because he has a skill for it that definitely comes handy in content creation. I'm very topic dependent. There are some topics that I can just go on for forever. There are, like, a lot of the time, well, actually, you know what? It mostly depends on how I am feeling at the time. Because if I am tired, it's basically impossible for me to stay on for any given length of time. Topics you mean TTRPG? Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I thought too, Cozy, because I see a lot of people that like review one system or 2 systems or maybe even 3. But like, I feel like isn't the power of a reviewer or like someone who gives advice about things, like, don't they get more, like, doesn't it become more useful, I guess is the right word, if they do more series, because you get an idea of what they're grading things off of? Because that's always my concern. Whenever I watch these, like, should you play Daggerheart? It's like, well, yeah, like, I get it, but like, I don't have a basis for what you're like. What do you like about games? What do you not like about games? It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know what your baseline is. So I don't know. I've been working on a rubric. That's one of the main things I've been working on for the videos, is I want to come up with like it's, when I say grading system, it's not like, oh, this is a 10 out of 10. This is a 1 out of 10. No. Oh, what was it? I can't remember the YouTube channel. I think it was a Should You Buy. The people who do Should You Buy series, where they grade stuff on art quality, they grade stuff on gameplay, story, all that jazz. I want to do that, but like some of the categories that I have are like, how easy is it for DMs to run? How easy is it for players to learn? What kind of homebrew content is there? What kind of third-party content library is there? All that jazz. Because people don't talk about that. And it's really important. There's no shot Pathfinder would have existed for as long as it has if there wasn't this giant lexicon of third-party crap that you can just use whenever you want. And man, most of it's pretty bad. Let's call a spade a spade. Most of it's terrible. But the fact that it exists means that there's a passionate community surrounding it, right? I think that's the stuff that's not talked about a lot. Plus, then I can piss people more off with my half-baked opinions, It's a win-win. Now, actually, people haven't actually been that upset about any. I expected more people to be more upset with some of the things I've said based off of that one video that got like minus. It's the first video that had a bigger dislike ratio to like ratio. But ever since then, it's actually come back up to being positive again. So I love the YouTube short system. I don't know what they're doing, talking about it. Like, I don't know what YouTube does, but it's like, let's show this to everyone who hates it first, and then we'll show it to the people that we actually want to watch it. I'm like, oh, okay. That was, okay. Oh gosh. Talking about this makes you want to try Daggerheart and Pathfinder. I'm gonna die when you do COC. Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, Call of Cthulhu was interesting. On my current list, this week is gonna be Pathfinder. Next week is gonna be Blades in the Dark, and then I'll start doing some requests stuff. I think after that point, the way I'm gonna kind of sprinkle it in is I'm going to do like a more known system, and then just like a weird one-off, like oh, what was it? What was the lesbian game? It was lesbian sword fighting or something like that. I can't remember what the name of that RPG was, but I was so fascinated by the name. Yeah, lesbian sword fighting. or maybe it was sword fighting lesbians. I don't remember, but it was such a unique title. And I was like, what is this? Oh, there's so many systems like that. I'll have to send it to you, Mint, because someone suggested it, and I was like, what is this? And then I actually looked at it. I was like, this actually isn't bad. It's very interesting. It has a sequel too. So there's more than one. I can't remember what the sequel to it was, but it was popular enough to get a second version of it printed. That's how good it was. Thirsty Sword Lesbians. That's what it was. That's what it was. Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Which is just that's a name right there. That's a name. Oh gosh. Oh, also, I was watching this is unrelated but kind of related, and it makes me want to try something like this. I don't know if we'll be able to do this at some point, but I was watching World of EO. Thank you, Blank, for recommending that channel. I was watching one of their live streams, and they're doing a hardcore game where people are just dying left and right, and every time you die, you randomly roll your race, your stats, your background. The only thing you get to pick is your class. And it's led to some really wacky characters that like the whole purpose of this game is you're just dying constantly. So the process of re-rolling is like always happening, and it's really funny. I've been inspired by it, to say the least. A true roguelike TTRPG. Well, they're playing through the module Curse of Strahd for 5th edition, but they're just, it's a pure hardcore letting the dice fall game. And as soon as people die, they immediately can re-roll, but it's all random. And it's really crazy. As someone with 90 OCs, I need this. It'd be good. See, Mint, the way that the way that you get to play all 90 OCs is you just become a DM, and then you can have all the OCs. You get to use them in your game and watch them die and not cry inside as you watch a character that took 4 hours to make be killed in one hit. What's up, Cogfather? I'm not into the combat heavy TTRPG systems, but my obsession with kill 6 billion demons has made me a Lancer fan, if only for the art. See, I've heard a lot about Lancer. I have not. Lancer's on my list of stuff to look into. I want to look into Lancer. Can someone explain what's going on? We're just talking about RPG stuff. You ever heard of Deadlands? I've heard of it, but that's it. I don't know anything else about it. I know nothing of this place. The art is glorious. Interesting. It's on my list of stuff to check out. So maybe in basically after 2 weeks from now, I'll actually have time to check things out. But we got Pathfinder this week. We got Blades in the Dark next week. 2 of my favorite systems, and I really want to do them justice. Dude, I think Blades in the Dark is it's one of my favorite systems to introduce people to playing games to, because it's simultaneously so easy to play and yet offers so much complexity in its simplicity. I love it so much. It's so good. Especially after I found out about the one Patreon dude who... So there's only ever been one world map ever made for Blades in the Dark. And I can't remember the dude, but there was one guy who took that one map of the one city that it showed and was building a battle map for every building in the city. And he was like halfway done when I had found him. So there's hundreds of buildings, named NPCs. He basically turned this one city into its own world. It was fascinating. I loved it so much. Oh, so good. So good. I'm feeling good tonight. It's nice to not feel like I'm stressed. I mean, I still got other stuff going on that I probably should be stressed about, but right now we're chilling, and that's how we're gonna stay. We're gonna just stay chilling. It'll be good. Right, cats? Yeah, you guys know what's up. Oh, let's see. What's some other shenanigans that was on my list of... I had some ideas for some spicy topics, but then I was like, Actually, you know what is kind of a spicy topic? You know, I'm going to say this. This might be a little contentious. I have noticed, especially as of late, as I've been doing a lot more shorts about talking about DMs and talking about players, most of my RPG experience, I say most, at least 60 to 70% of my RPG experience is as a DM. For reasons I've explained in the past. I don't think I'm a great player. Two, I think that I am too much of a power gamer to enjoy not being able to like one shot things. Reasons, control freak. Shut up, Mint. But most of my experience is from a DM, especially like as of late. I was a player obviously in the beginning, but I have been a DM primarily for the last several years, with the exception of when I stopped DMing, and then I've been in a game that's played about every other week for the last couple of years. So I haven't like completely fallen out with RPGs, but that's, you know, I haven't done a lot of it. But I've really noticed that there seems to be a major level of antagon. What's the right word? There's a lot of contention between DMs and players, and I honestly don't know why they're like. It might not even be real, but I don't know why there's so much contention between players and DMs, and I'm really curious as to how most people were introduced to Dungeons and Dragons, because for me, it was a group of friends and we started to play as friends. Yeah, exactly, man. That was my thought. Was this contention born from you just wanting to play a game and having to filter through groups because you didn't know anyone? Is that the problem? Like, why is there so much contention between a DM and their players? I haven't been able to figure that out, because for the most part, I've had very good interactions on both ways. My worst stories are they're mostly just awkward. That's it. Like, a little bit of awkwardness is as big of a horror story as we got. Like, we talked about horror stories last week or 2 weeks ago, however many weeks ago, right? And none of them are particularly bad. They're just like, eh. Except for the one game that was like, well, I don't know about this one, you know? But like, I just left. Why is no D&D better than why is bad D&D better than no D&D for a lot of people? I haven't figured that out. Right? There are a few things that have the potential to ruin a friendship more than D&D. Oh, there are few things that have more potential. Yeah. I mean, I guess, but like, I don't know. My first game was in high school and the DM only believed in railroading because his story was the most important part of the game. Yeah, see, like, I could get that. That could be annoying. Maybe some players / GMs just get really jaded over time. Oh, well, that definitely happens, Maho. Jaded. I mean, I feel like becoming jaded to anything is just, it's kind of something that just happens to people. But like, I don't know, maybe I've gotten to the point where I can recognize the signs that I'm becoming jaded on something, and I'll address the problem. Maybe that's my, I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I don't know. I guess I just don't fully understand what it's like to want to play D&D more than wanting to not hate everyone at the table. Maybe, I guess for some people that social interaction is their lifeblood. And I'm not trying to like diss on those people or anything. It's not something I've ever personally felt, you know? I've had some really annoying experiences with GMs at meetups, but they're not really horror stories by any means. See, that's the thing though, is like, everyone talks about these horror stories, and I'm just like, couldn't you just not? There are too many people afraid to talk things out if problems occur. I think that's definitely true. That is 1000% true. Not D&D, but that was me back in my RP days. I'd put up with some really bad people to continue a story. Yeah, I mean, I guess I've done that too, but not like put up with bad people. Like, I've put up with things that I'm not like super into for sure, but I don't think I've done anything bad or put up with like bad people for long. I'm usually the one to leave a group or disband a group. I will say that I think a lot of my opinions come from just not wanting to deal with that level of bullcrap recently. Well, actually, just, not even recently, just in general. I just don't want to deal with it, you know? So, because I guess I view RPGs as my enjoyment escapism, if you will. I am playing an RPG to have a good time, and if the people at the table aren't allowing that to happen, I just won't. I'll stop playing. I'll go find a different activity. It's not my one enjoyment in life. But I guess a lot of other people just feel like they have to suffer through it because they want it that bad. And you know what? I don't know. That's not been an experience that I've really had to go through, I guess. I don't know if I'm even qualified to talk about it. But I don't know, just food for thought. I've just always treated gaming as I want to do this because it's fun. And if it stops being fun, I will stop and go do something else. So, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Good times though. Good times. Let's see. What other updates do we have? Oh yeah, we're getting started on the next music album. I know it's been a couple months, but I had to make sure I had enough money put away for Rayleigh because come hell or high water, she was going to happen. I was not going to let her not exist, right? Like that had to happen. So valid. I dropped RP and started fanfic writing because I could control the story I wanted to tell without peeps dropping. True. That's valid. That's very valid. See, what's funny for me is as a GM, I very rarely have a story that I'm trying to tell. Like I almost never have something planned out from start to finish. I know who the final boss will be. I know like what I want the climax to kind of be. But as for the journey, that's up for the players to decide. I want to give them an end goal and I want to see how they get there. Because that's what's interesting to me as a GM. I don't particularly care about writing this super awesome narrative that is, you know, pre-written, predisposed, uses characters that I have invested a lot of time into. I would rather build a framework of a world that the players get to play around in and then see where the story goes rather than plan everything out. So now the last fanfic I wrote was a Rayless one. Oh. But I don't know. So it's kind of funny because some people were accusing me in comments of being like, "Oh, you're too story focused." I'm like, bruh. I just tell them I tell them who the final boss is, and I let them do the rest. You know. Oh, it was the Halloween one. Okay, okay. You're a fanfic writer who posts twice a year. Tisk tisk tisk. Let's see here. What else do we got? What else do we got? I'd prefer to have a base idea that improved based around what occurs in the world. Yeah, exactly. Like I actually do like improving stuff a lot, But my big thing is I need to have a framework that I can build in. Because if I have a framework and someone asks me a question, I know an answer. It might not be the perfect answer that I wanted, but I know that if they ask about this city and I have at least some base notes about what's happening in the city, I can easily connect the dots to create the answer that they need for whatever given story, and then I just write that down and it becomes part of the world. That's usually how my world building develops, is I really try to focus on what individual locations would have, what types of people there are, where they're doing in the world, what they're doing in the world, what are the conditions of the world. But I don't need to be super specific. You know, I just need to know that, like, oh, this country is at war with this country for this loose reason. I don't really need to define the reason. I just need to know that they're at war. Or like, oh, this city is famous for having this big fighting arena, and it's most of its trade and business is based around adventuring. Again, those are all loose ideas, but if a player asks about like, oh, well, what can we do at this city that we want to travel to? It's like, oh, well, it's an adventuring thing. You give them some ideas, some little spice, just throw out there here and there. And then you can always add more detail later if the players actually want to engage. But just as a GM, if I'm doing active as a DM, if I'm doing active world building, I try to give the players just enough details that they're interested and maybe want to interact with it, but not so much that I feel bad if they just completely ignore it, because that's what players do all the time, and go try and do something else for the session, right? It's all about this balance for me of putting in just enough time on the surrounding areas that if players want to engage with them, I can have more ready for them, but not so much that I dedicate my entire prep time to figuring out what one city is like just for them to go explore a cave. Right? So that's my approach to GMing, is I generally try to think of everything the players could do or what they're most likely to based off of what they've done before and prep around that. Because players are fickle. They can and will change their plans on the tip of a hat. Who knows? But, you know, you just try and have as much ready as you can. You need to write the sussy one for Rayleigh before debut. Oh gosh. Well, good luck, good luck, good luck. Oh gosh, what's in my eye? My eye is doing weird stuff right now. I'm too much of a coward to write Spice of OG Rayleigh. It feels wrong. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Let's see. What other shenanigans do we have? Trusty notebook. I feel like I wrote stuff down. Mostly just reviews of shenanigans. I have 2 pages of notes from the murder mystery that are kind of funny. Yeah. I'm also potentially looking at doing another game show. I'm still thinking and considering member one-shots. Not super often. But I do think that it's something that I do want to do. I think that would be a lot of fun. But that's part of the... part of me is waiting until after all the new RPG stuff comes out before I finalize those plans. But I do want to do a live play of at least something before the end of the year. That's my goal. She's 20 quid to get ahead of the queue. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't decided how I want to do it yet, but I do want to make it special. I do know that. Oh, also, can I talk about this? They didn't tell me that I couldn't, so I'm going to. I have seen my playtest version of my card for the game that I will be in eventually. Guys. Then they're gonna have to nerf me before it goes live. I was kind of disappointed with the murder reveal. I found your theory for the culprit was more interesting. You know what? I think the problem with murder mysteries, though, you know, Drill, I was actually thinking about that. I was thinking about that. I had the same thought about that murder mystery. Also be a mum home. Nice. That's why I like World of Darkness as a setting. Dude, I love World of Darkness as a setting. It's so good. Actual game is meh, but setting, 10 points. Rolling the full out. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about the murder mystery event. I unfortunately feel like too many of the characters didn't do anything in the murder mystery. And like, so none of this is on Honey, right? Like Honey had nothing to do with this, but I do feel like the murder mystery for the characters, there were a lot of side characters that didn't really do anything, and it's built that way, right? Like, so there's some mandatory characters that need to be there, but I do wish that they were a little bit more involved. The thing actually, you know what? I'm going to talk about this. Okay, this is an actual rant about that murder mystery. You ready? Again, none of this is on Honey. This is all on the way that it was written. But I'm realizing now. Oh, hello, cat. 1 second. Cat. Just tried to take my keys. Okay. But, I really thought that the whole Rodney and the bad drug angle, I thought that was getting more prevalent. It turned out to not matter at all. Like, there was this whole thing about like me buying prescription drugs and Robbie buying drugs, and some of the bad batch was bad and they were going to be given to someone, and then it didn't matter at all. It was a total red herring. I'm like, but oh, nothing happened with it. I was sad. It felt like we were just wasting time there, you know. But whatever, you know. It's not like I could write a better one, though. You know what would actually be super fun? I was actually thinking about this while I was in the murder mystery event. I was sitting there thinking about, like, how would I run this if I was the one behind the scenes? How would I run this? Because you know what would be super fun? I don't know how you would do this. I don't know if you could do this, because it wouldn't make sense as a single streaming thing. But I was sitting there thinking, like, okay, what would be a super fascinating way to watch this murder mystery event? And it would to set up a live streaming site that could embed everyone's streams that was participating in the event, and then so everyone in chat had a link to this site that had all of the streams embedded, so that viewers could have like a CVC, like, you know, CCTV camera type lookout for all the different perspectives. And then if they click on one, like, it starts playing. So like they can swap between the rooms themselves. And so basically make like a little user interface on the site so that viewers can click on the sites and cycle through the rooms. but have everyone like, it'd be so difficult to set up. You'd have to write an OBS plugin that would do this for you. But basically, like, if people were moving discords, it would swap to various scenes that would only be broadcast to that. It'd be so cool, but I don't know how possible that would be. What do you think of the worst, most disappointing official D&D campaign? I haven't played too many official D&D campaigns. I can speak to some of the Pathfinder ones. I will say one of the ones that kind of flopped for me was, ironically, I'm playing through that campaign right now, was Strange Aeons. You start off as an amnesiac, and that's always fun. So like, your whole group's amnesiacs, you're trying to figure out, it's like a Cthulhu based campaign, like it's eldritch horror and stuff like that. But so like, the theme is on point, but the way that the game was balanced was not fun. Actually, no, I know a worse one. So there was a campaign put out by Paizo. It was the first campaign module for Pathfinder 2nd edition. And it was called Age of Ashes. That thing is so hilariously unbalanced. It is painful. Like, I had multiple party members die in the first encounter. It was bad. And like, I wasn't buffing it. I was just running it rules as written, and it just kills things. Ugh. That sounds like a really good idea. It was kind of hard for me to figure out the murderer since I can only watch you and Honey's POV. See, I think that's what Honey was going for, because she had us, like, she made all the scenes for us. And got them ready. And so that part of it was really interesting. But like, if I was to put on an actual event, I would definitely have it be so that like, there was one local website that people could go watch the live thing of and hop around in the different rooms themselves. I think that would be really cool. That would also be an absolute nightmare to set up, and I don't actually know how you would do that, because that would require everyone's like streaming softwares to like hook up automatically to different scenes and stuff. It would be a total nightmare. But maybe someday. Who knows? Dun, dun. Dude, this album is like, it's just the best. It's so good. Yeah. What other shenanigans have been going on? I think that's mostly it for now. I've been talking with the Oshi Push people a lot more. They got some cool stuff in the works. They haven't told me that I couldn't talk about it, but I probably shouldn't talk about a lot of it. Just so I'm not betraying anyone's trust. I've seen some of the stuff behind the scenes. Guys, it's good. Again, I can't talk about some of the changes they've made, because I'm not going to spoil anything unless they tell me that I can. But some of the stuff that's coming out for it not only fixes a lot of the problems that I thought I was going to have with the game, but makes it way cooler. And they introduce something that I think a lot of people are going to love. So I'm super excited about that. I'm very grateful to the Oshi Push team for basically letting me see behind the curtain. Probably because I'm the one who cares the most about their game. I'm going to throw that out there. I think that's actually true. I think out of all the streamers they have, I'm the one that cares the most, because I love this type of game. It's so fun. And when I'm able to, I'm gonna see about putting on a tournament for it, because I think that would be a lot of fun. I just remember I had to finalize my push rewards, bought a few more things. Dude, some of the stuff in there looks so good. I want the premium deck cases. But yeah, that's kind of it for me for today, I think. I need to edit a video to send to Cozy. And, well, not when I say edit, I mean cut things down and make it look presentable. That's really it. Send stuff to Cozy. And, yeah. That's probably all I'll do for tonight. Other than, you know, scrub through for more clips and stuff. I'm gonna send you guys off to someone because I have not actually eaten dinner yet. I was kind of doing stuff right up until the line of stream starting, so I'm mucho hungry and I want to go eat before it gets too late, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to send you guys off to Pirate Software. Why not? I will enjoy my food then. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys all on Saturday, where we will have our Pathfinder stream. And it will be good. It will be glorious. And you'll see some more clips from me before then. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. I know streams have been a little shorter recently, but we're getting back to normal, hopefully soon. After, I think, in like 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, some stuff will have died down and I'll have a little bit more time. And yeah, thank you to all the members who showed up today. It was nice seeing everyone. And I will see you all, lovely people, on Saturday. Bye-bye.